Hi, this is Willie Crawford, and I recently got an email from a subscriber to our daily recipe list who asked me. He says, you've got all these recipes in the daily list, and I don't want to print all those because it's using up too much of my ink. Says, why should I have to use all my ink when all I want is one recipe? And my answer is, you don't need to print the entire email in order to copy one recipe. And as far as that's concerned, with any email that you get from any source, all you need to do is highlight the portion that you want to copy and then print it out. And the way I do that is I typically will take my mouse and I'll hover over the area I want to copy. For example, here's a recipe from a recent list. And so you highlight it by putting your mouse over it, clicking the mouse button, and then dragging your mouse down until you've highlighted the portion you want to uh, copy. And then with my program, you go edit copy. You can also hit on my PC, hit Control, the Control key plus the C key at the same time. That copies it to what's called the clipboard. That's it in the computer's local memory. And then you open your favorite word processing program. Um, I use Notepad a lot for something this simple, but you could also use something like Microsoft Word or whatever it is that you use to type letters and things along that line. I'm going to open Notepad. Uh, Use Notepad, and let me move this over where you can see it. So this is a blank Notepad. I go Control V, which means paste. I could also have gone Edit and then Paste, but I've already pasted it. And now this file is you can save it, but you don't need to unless you want to. All you do then is go to File and then scroll down to Print, and it'll ask you what printer. And most people only have one printer hooked up to their computers, so it'll go to that one, and you just tell it print. And that's how simple it is to print one recipe at a time or one section of any email. You don't need to print the whole thing and waste a lot of ink and paper. In fact, when you tell it to print, let me see if it'll come up. It'll ask you a bunch of things like this is the printer I use most of the time. I have others, but you can tell it under some of the advanced settings whether to print how many copies you want. You can tell it to print in black and white or color if your printer has that capability. Uh, you can tell it a lot of things. That's some of the preferences here. You can tell it to print landscape, which is like a up and down, or I'm sorry, landscape is side to side, with being the long way being or the prints like a landscape, like a picture on the wall, or you can tell it to print portrait, which is up and down, like just a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper looks, either way, and then you just hit print. So that's how simple it is to print just one recipe or one section of any email. Like this is Willie Crawford, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. And if you're not on my recipe exchange list, that goes out every single day. Uh, Again, this is a recent issue, and if you look at it, you'll see this issue had recipes for roast sweet potatoes, steak pies, fabulous potato soup, one pot chicken teriyaki rice bowl, cabbage roll soup, all in one breakfast, New Year's black eyed peas with homemade bacon prepared on a smoker grill, sweet potato bites, grilled herb potatoes, chicken, Cajun chicken, magic seasoning mix, jalapeno popper grilled cheese, apple cranberry and almonds, coleslaw, sweet potato biscuits, smoked oyster, lasagna, and 16 delicious ways to boost canned soup. That was a really good article showing how you can take ordinary soup and make it taste less canned, how to make it taste more flavorful. There's a low-calorie pancake with a cinnamon apple topping and a buttermilk griddle cake, which is also called a hot cake. So what it is people who join this list, they go to a website called chitlings.com. That's CHITTERLINGS.com. And there's a form you fill out that says add me to your daily recipe list. And after you're added, you are free to submit requests to an address we give you, an email address we give you, requesting a recipe you can't find, or you can submit your favorite recipes. I do ask that You only submit your own personal recipes. Anyone can go on the internet and copy a recipe and then send that in. But honestly, you don't know unless you test the recipe how good it is, whether or not it really works. And so you're not doing the other list members a favor by submitting recipes that aren't your own. So that is the one thing I request. But again, I encourage you to go to chitlings.com, and that's CHITTERLINGS.com, and join my recipe list. Again, this is Willie Crawford, and I thank you for your attention.